good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This 14th day already of January 2015. I'm so happy that you can join me. And I'm expecting quite a few more people to join us as we go along. So our first webinar for 2015 and a total new coaching self. And wow, I must say, I can just say thank you. I'm so blessed to have a wonderful team working with me. Really, I cannot do it without them. Nadia, who has designed this whole thing, this whole system, Coaching Self and Milot Coaching Self, so had the vision to see it. And of course, the IT department, Roland and his team, who just made this possible, brought it to life. So we're very blessed, really. Last night, I received an email from one of our subscribers, and he said that it is mind-blowingly beautiful, and that this is the best he's seen anywhere in the world. Coming from a subscriber, I just asked him, please post that on social media so that we can have some free publicity and marketing. So welcome. Thank you, Jean. It's so great to see you here as well. You disappeared last year throughout the year, and it's really great to see you back. You're welcome. And to everybody else. Right, Jean is from France. Okay, let's go on. So getting started, I thought of just taking a step back and just talk about self-coaching for a moment. What is self-coaching? You know, coaching in neurosemantics and in NLP is considered as the highest form of coaching. To be able to coach yourself, to be able to ask the right questions, to be able to make that changes then, to get that awareness that you can make changes. So what does it do for you? Yes, it gives you self-awareness. Maslow says to change a man is to change his awareness of himself. And you know, we operate on autopilot, don't we? All our filters, our software basically is unconscious. It's only until we make it aware, we become aware of it, that we can make changes. So through the self-awareness, you are empowered to make changes. It also facilitates critical thinking. You know, it's the quality of the questions we ask ourselves that we can improve the quality of our life. So now we really start asking questions. And as you see, as you do the programs on Coaching Self and in my blogs and everywhere, I ask millions of questions. But as you do this, as you read this and you start answering the questions, it becomes automatic. Now you ask yourself those questions in different situations where you may find yourself. Yes, of course, there will be a recording after this. And I will also make another video of just a webinar. Okay, so coming back, sorry, I was just commenting on John's question here. Right, so it also empowers you in that same way to take now responsibility for your life. Because now you become aware of how do you do things. And this teaches you how to run your own brain. So once you know how the mind-body connection works, how you actually represent your world to you, it's not the real reality, it's your representation of it. The meanings we give it puts us in a state, a mind, body, emotional state, and we act from state. So your state has got two components, your mind and your body. And by knowing how that works, now you can start running your brain. Now you can start make sure that you are always in a resourceful state. Now you can start what we call meta states, but I will teach you that throughout the year. So knowing how to run your own brain is what emotional intelligence is all about. It's what social intelligence is all about. Because if you know you run your own brain, if you can master your states, you can master your life. So through self-coaching now, you can make changes. And you track your progress and, of course, the impact it has in your life. So this self-awareness really helps you to develop into the best version of you. That's empowering, isn't it? So you also get to know yourself, to be open and honest with yourself. You know, that's actually profound because we can really lie to ourselves, can't we? But if you can start feeling safe and seeing the richness of it, to be honest with yourself and to realize this makes you more objective. You become objective so that you can see to yourself, it's not me. This is just my frame. It's a belief that I am, a meaning that I'm operating from here. So how can I change this? It starts making you excited about moving into moving your life to another level. So how does it work on coaching self? So coaching self-coaching is to ask yourself self-awareness questions, as I said already. But it's important to ask the right questions. We can ask the wrong questions, especially when it's a situation that we do not want to be in, and we ask ourselves, oh, so why does this happen to me? Very wrong question. Because that why is a question, it's a why question of reason. And it will just give you more reason to stay where you are, to rationalize where you are. Never ask the why question. You only ask the why question when you want the why of value. Why is this important? What is important about it? Why is this important to me? Why is this valuable to me? That's when you ask the why question. Otherwise, you ask what, when, where, and how questions. So coaching self is grounded in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and in neurosemantics. It's also based on self-actualization psychology and meta coaching. So in coaching self, the questions have already been set up for you. So the questions that I've set up is to uncover that unconscious self of you so that you become aware. But you have to answer that questions for yourself from your mind, from your beliefs and your meanings. You have to answer those questions. I can share best practices, but you still have to consider that. And to think, does this work for me? It's like Buddha says, consider everything and only do what's true for you. So you gain the self-awareness that empowers you to make the changes. Coaching self is a facilitator. And then live a purposeful life, our motto. Purpose and meaning. So many times we talk about purpose and we can think it's, that's so airy-fairy. That's so unrealistic. It's actually not. Purpose and meaning leads to wellness and performance. That is the field of PNI, psychoneuroimmunology. They've proven that great physical health depends directly on your positive mind, body, emotional states. So if you are good, feel good, and you do things that gives you gratification, that's your work and your relationships, then your cocktail of neurochemistry in your brain that consists of adrenaline, serotonin, and dopamine, which is the most important, that is transmitted throughout your body. So if you are in a negative mind state, then those ratios change to have a negative impact on your immune system. So by doing work that gives you gratification, that you feel you are using your talents and you are doing a purpose, you have meaning, then you have great immune system. And if you can't get out of bed in the morning and think, oh my God, do I have to go to work? I can't do this anymore. You become ill. It's a fact of life. That's it. So the quality of your life depends on the quality of your states. And just think about it. If you feel great, you have good energy, then you can do so much more, can't you? So good energy leads to high performance. So our purpose in Coaching Self is to help you find your purpose. But more than that, to live it. It's always been my intention to create community. Oh, it's coming back. I have no idea why these things happen. So my intention has always been to create a global community of positive and successful people. And with this new Coaching Self, I'm sure that the global community is going to really grow quickly. So let me share with you. I'm going to show you a few slides first, and then we're going to go to the system itself, and I can give you a rundown of the system quickly. So you now have two spaces on Coaching Self. Previously, just to bring everybody on board, previously we had CoachingSelf.com. And that basically was only the system. Yes, we had the blogs on there, but we had no community space where we could interact with one another. And that's what we have now. We have a community space where we have groups. I'll show you just now. And then you also have your personal space. So what we've done with the system is we've added the my to it. So it's my.coachingself.com. So if you are an existing member on Coaching Self, then you will be able just to log into my.coachingself with your existing login. But also create a profile for yourself on coachingself.com, which is the community space. And it can exactly be the same email address and password. Doesn't matter. All right. So you need to have a profile on both so that you can switch between the two. This is, of course, the home screen of CoachingSelf.com. Beautiful, isn't it? And from here, you can, if you go to how it works, you'll see how it works. There's a video I'll show you just now. Coaching blogs, all the blogs. These are all the courses. The groups is where we have the discussions. And here you can go to My Coaching Self, which is your private space. So on Coaching Self, the community space, as you can see, we have the blogs and the webinars. We have forums. We have groups for every course. And we also show what our events and our workshops for people who are in South Africa and can attend those. Then My Coaching Self. Here you have this is always free. There's more stuff that's free now on Coaching Self. Previously, it was only the life wheel. Now you have your values and your purpose and your vision, and your journal has always been free. And by subscription, if you start want to make a change or set goals, then that's available via subscription. So this is your login screen of my.coachingself, where you log in, and this is what it looks like, the dashboard, where the home page, basically. You will see there are videos and audio throughout the system, and you can enter the system anywhere. If you would like to subscribe, there's a subscribe button on my.coachingself, as well as space to subscribe on Coaching Self as well. And as you can see, it's really very reasonable. This is the dollar value. Our exchange rate is not of the best in the world. Very, very convenient for the people outside of South Africa, though. So, as I said earlier, my intention has really been always to create this global community of successful and positive people. And I really believe that energy that can generate we pay it forward. We inspire others to live their lives as well, to make it more positive. So, and success, as I've always said, is really very personal. Success can mean anything. Success can mean a small change that you would like to make, whether it's just maybe a new habit or something in your relationship. It can also be a big thing. It can be to realize a huge dream in your life. So the success formula works for any kind of success or change or successful change that you would like to create. The first thing is to know where you are. The next thing is to know what you want and why you want it. Of course, that creates the gap. Now you can make a plan on how you're going to get there. You follow the plan, in other words, you take action. You notice the results, because you know how it works. We make plans and then life happens. So you notice the results and then you make the necessary changes to stay on track. And that is a process that you work with, and it evolves and iterates and until you actually achieve what you set out to do. So I just want to run through how the success formula now applies to my.CoachingSelf. All right. So to know where you are, your present state, you will do your will, your values, and your purpose. That gives you input to know what you want. To know what you want and why you want it is, of course, to do your vision and to tie up your values with it. Because our values motivate us, and if we don't satisfy our values, we will lose steam on the first obstacle that we hit. So your values give you your why. Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to go to all this effort? Make a plan. How will you get there? That'll be your vision strategy. It will also be set goals and actions. And follow your plan will be your goal actions, and we will send you reminders. So if you set up your actions of the things that you need to do by when, we can send you a reminder 2 days before to say, just to remind you, you said you wanted to achieve this in 2 days. Notice the results is we have a very unique feature on our goal system that once you have achieved your action, you have done your action, and you say it's completed, you enter the evidence for you that it's completed. And that is so powerful because it helps you count the little things that you do to create the big things in your life. So often we can look at what we still have to do, but we don't actually realize how far we've come, how much we have done already. So this gives you not only a to-do list, but also I have done it list. And of course, to make the necessary changes, again, if you want to change your goals or actions, or the self-coaching programs will help you to get to know yourself and make some habit changes, etc., etc. All right. Now I would like to switch back to our system that I can show you online how this works. So let me just switch over. Right, here we are. So this is our home page. And if you go here to how it works, you can watch the video. This is exactly what I showed you now. Here are the blogs. We write about 4 blogs, 2 blogs a week on the theme that we are working on. And we've set this calendar of self-coaching courses. So a course will consist of discussions and forums on Coaching Self. In the groups, you'll see just here are the groups. I'll come there now. And then, of course, to move across to my.Coaching Self with the programs are, with the self-coaching programs are. So we have scheduled, we have scheduled these courses throughout. You can see the calendar as we've set it up. Every month we will work on a new course, and we have 10 live areas we're going to work on. All right, and every week we will have interaction on the group. So we will also make that known. So after this webinar, we will continue the live chat. So our way now is to the webinars quite short, stay about maximum 30 minutes, and then switch over to the live chat where you guys can really ask questions, and you can see what other people are thinking. So this is where the community space comes to life. So what you will do is after the webinar, you just go to Coaching Self, and you will find the Getting Started group that's on the second page. And if you haven't joined the group, just join it, and then just click on forum, and just stay with us. So this is the first time we're going to do this. So we will put in the topic here of getting started, and then you can voice your opinions, ask questions, etc., etc. We also show here our events. This is now the webinars will be on here, as well as workshops that we will do and training. And then we go to my Coaching Self. So I'm already logged in here. So you can enter the system anywhere. You will see video and audio throughout the system. So your present state is your life wheel, your values and your purpose. Then you do your digital vision board. This is a very lovely way to do your vision now. And your vision strategy. Your journal is where you check in with yourself. Your programs are the self-coaching programs itself per life area, and then here is where you set goals. And of course, once you're inside the system, you have the whole menu here on the side as well. All right. So just to quickly give you a show, this is the wheel. You have 10 life areas where you rate your life, consider some questions. We've added some new questions, and then it will create your life wheel for you. All right. We recommend that you do this about every 3 to 6 months, especially if you made a big change or you went through a big program. After a while, come back and see if you rate it differently. Your values are for every life area. You can see, you can just click on them, and it's a very short process. There's an example of some values. You just answer some questions and you click on save. Just a hint, don't at this moment, after every life area's values, click on save before you move on to the next life area. There's a little gremlin that we haven't done, is to allow you to just move across them and save every time. So we haven't done that yet. And another lady, I think it was Jane, she brought it to our attention. So sorry for that inconvenience, but yeah, just click on save every time. And then the purpose, it's also been a little bit revamped. I've added another element here. Here's an example of the whole process. And what I really like as well is these speech bubbles. Isn't this cute? So here you can actually go to browse programs or create your vision. And the vision is really gorgeous now. You create a digital vision board. These are all the life areas that you consider, and you upload pictures from your computer. It can be photos, it can be drawings that you scanned in, doesn't matter. And then as you load up the photo, you will actually also be able to give it a title. So you take a caption of what that photo or picture means to you, and that caption will be transferred to your story. So in other words, we really make it visual this time, and now you are adding words to it. And you know how it works in your mind. It's the moment we see something visual, our mind, when we automatically do that, starts making sense of it. So now we are putting so you're making a movie in your mind of what it is that you envision for yourself, and very important questions to answer. And after that, so vision is 5 years. Nothing stops you from making a 3-year vision or a 2-year vision or a 4-year vision. You just put a little character or something in the little character or something in that space, just to sort of allow it. You just ignore it. All right. After you've done your vision, say it's 5 years, you have to create a strategy. You have to chunk it down, because otherwise it's too overwhelming. So this process here gives you a way to create your strategy. It's a whole process explaining you. There's a video and audio of how you do it, and now you enter your strategy. After you've done your strategy, you're going first. Here's some tips for effective goal management. and I explained to you our approach to goals, our end goal and our process goals, and how to set them up, and the goal actions and how they work. And there are how-to videos for you as well. Of course, your journal is also the place where you check in. You can also now load a picture after you've set your journal, after you've created it. And your journal, there's a psychology behind your journal. It helps you to cultivate a gratitude attitude as well as towards yourself and others. So there is a meta program that is a thinking style filter in your unconscious mind, which is called counting and discounting. And this helps you to count. What can you count as good is to start noticing the little things that go well. That's very important. The next one is goals. So what have you experienced with your goals today? What have you done? And that's also a way of counting the little things. It creates that positive cycle of success in our lives. The more we do it, the more we are grateful for, the more positive feedback we get, the more positive feedback, the more things we do that gives us positive feedback. Kindness is another one. In that brain cocktail of yours is serotonin, and you get that boosts of that when you are kind to others and to yourself, and of course when you exercise. So kindness is very important. And then 5 things that you're grateful for. Gratitude. To be grateful for what you have at the moment, living in the moment while keeping your eye on the future, but living now. It's only what we do now in this moment that counts. All right. Let's go to browse programs. So there will be programs for every life area. And you can move through this at your own leisure. You can enter the system anywhere you want and start. For us to do it in the way that we are going to approach it with the self-coaching courses is just a way to systematically work through the 10 life areas. So what I've done first is I've created win programs. That are the same little programs, but for every life area. And this is really great because it's short and powerful explorations that really cause you to take action. Only about 5 questions per little program, but very powerful. Also, there are the audio and the video for all of them. So this really creates a lot of awareness, and it prepares you for the programs after that are a little bit more intense. So next month we are going to do your love life, spice up your love life. I'm busy creating that program. It is quite a complex, very complex topic. All right. So I'll quickly run you through the system, how it is at the moment. So go and do a process, and from here you can go back to the blog site. You can also log out of My Coaching Self, and above that will also be a button to go back to the blog site. All right. So if you have any questions up to now, just please, you can enter them just now in the group. Let me see if you're. Wow. Okay. So I hope that was very informative. Just get back into the webinar. Okay. So I'm just going to skip just to the last bits. I'm going to show you all those slides again. Oh, now I'm confusing myself. Yeah. Sorry. Let me just quickly scroll down. Okay, I've shown you all of this. This is just for presentation in case for later. Okay, yeah, excellent PD. Okay, so the self-coaching courses, you've seen that as well. I've showed you that quickly. Now, the getting started, let me just quickly go through each over. The getting started, just to show you how it on Coaching Self. So you need to, on CoachingSelf.com, sign up if you haven't done that yet. Join the groups and register and join the webinars and the group discussions. You can also, if you can't make it, there will be recordings. And you can even afterwards still go to the group discussion and ask a question. Doesn't matter, make a comment. On My Coaching Self, sign up. This you can do this all for free. And subscribe, Goals and Action Self-Coaching Programs and Toolkit. All right. Events, as you've seen, we do webinars, we have group discussions. Neurosemantics trainings. And of course, then I also do personal coaching sessions via Skype and team coaching for companies where we align their culture to their strategy execution. Upcoming events, our next, we have a leadership workshop here in Johannesburg, introductory leadership workshop on the 24th of Jan. And our next webinar will be on the 12th of February. So please tune in every Wednesday for the group discussions. We will do that one just now. And certified trainings, if you would like to become a coach, or if you are a leader that would like to lead or manage with coaching style, then I recommend these trainings for you. They're both 3-day trainings, and they will happen in Pretoria. You can just contact me for more information if you're interested. Right, thank you. So we will continue now on Coaching Self. I just want to see here, I'm going to create a new topic called Webinar Continued, 14 January. So just see if you can find that, please. Maybe just before we go, let me just see if there are any questions you would like to have answered here, if you can't go to the group discussion after this. Any questions from anybody? Did you enjoy it? Did you find it useful? So just to tell you that our next webinar will then cover love life. So it's about really spicing up our love life, especially those of us who have been in a long-term relationship, and also to keep that spark going. All right. So thank you so much. I will make a recording of this anyway. It is being recorded. And in the next webinar, I will have a little bit, some more polls and things where you guys can really interact more. This time, I just wanted to show you what the system is all about. All right. So if there is nothing else, now I'm going to, thank you, Nonki, saying that you enjoyed it, and thank you, Jane. Yeah, so you just go now to CoachingSelf.com. Go to the website CoachingSelf.com after this. Sign up if you haven't done it, or log in, very easy. And then once you're in the site, then go click on groups at the top. Scroll down, the Getting Started group is on the second page. Just find it, click on the group. And once you click on the group, you will see on the side panel, as I've showed you now, there is the forum. All right, all clear to everybody. All right, then, thank you so much for attending. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to end this session now, and I'm going to go over to CoachingSelf.com to the group discussion.